morning. Our lesson today about circulatory system. We will continue the components of circulatory system. The last session we talked about heart and blood vessels. Today we will talk about blood circulation, how to maintain the circulatory system healthy. Blood, it's a red fluid that passes through the blood vessels. We talked about the blood vessels, which is tubes in which the blood passes through it. Now we will talk about blood components. Blood consists of 4 components: red blood cells, white blood cells, blood platelets, plasma. Red blood cells are RBCs, white blood cells, white BCs, blood platelets, plasma. Red blood cells or RBCs, they are red cells without nuclei. This means these cells haven't nucleus, without any nuclei. Its function is carry gases, carry oxygen gas from the lungs to all body cells, and carry carbon dioxide gas from all body cells to the lungs. The function of red blood cells: carry gases, carry oxygen gas from lungs to all body cells, and carbon dioxide gas from all body cells to the lungs. White blood cells. This is the white blood cells. They are white cells with different forms of nuclei. They have nucleus, but in different forms. These cells have nucleus, but in different forms. Its function: they defend the body against microbes. Any microbe enters the body, any foreign object enters the body, the white blood cells work as police. They defend the body against microbes. Blood platelets. They are small cell fragments. Small cells, small cell parts or small cell fragments. They help in blood coagulation. What is the meaning of blood coagulation? When the body's wound or we have a wounds, these platelets help in healing the wounds, form blood coagulation. It's clotting. طيب يعني ايه الكلام ده؟ يعني يعني لما يحصل wounds للبادي بتاعنا هيبدأ يحصل تجلط coagulation of the blood. مين اللي بيعمل coagulation ده؟ البلاتلتس. form coagulation of the blood to healing the body, to healing the wounds. Plasma. We have here plasma, yellow watery fluid. This is the plasma. Yellow watery fluid. This is the fluid in which all blood components are suspended. يبقى البلد we have red blood cells, white blood cells, blood platelets. All these components suspended in the plasma. Okay? Plasma carries digested food to all body cells and carries harmful waste to get rid of it. يبقى plasma carry digested food and harmful wastes, carry vitamins, carry salts, carry anything, but not gases. We say that gases carried by the RBCs. Here we say that gases carried by RBCs, red blood cells. Anything else carried by the plasma. Plasma carry digested food, harmful wastes, vitamins, salts, anything else. طيب. We have here the function of blood. What is the function of blood? 2 functions: transport and protection. Transport by RBCs and plasma. protection by white blood cells or white BCs and platelets. RBCs carried or transport gases. Plasma transport digested food, wastes, salts, vitamins, all these things. Blood platelets and white BCs protect the body. White BCs defend the body against microbes. Blood platelets form blood coagulation. The second part, we will talk about blood circulation. Firstly, we have the path of blood through the heart. The first step we have here, right atrium. This is the right atrium. The blood comes from the right, comes to the right atrium from superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. The first step, in the right atrium, blood comes from superior vena cava and inferior vena cava, enter the right atrium, and then right atrium contract to pass blood from right atrium to the right ventricle. Second step, the right atrium contract to pass blood from the right atrium to the right ventricle. And then the right ventricle contracts, pumping blood. The right ventricle contracts to pump blood to move through pulmonary artery to reach the two lungs. Again, we have the first step. The first step, blood comes to the right atrium from where? From superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. Right atrium, blood comes to the right atrium from superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. And then right atrium contracts to pump blood from right atrium to the right ventricle. And then the right ventricle contracts, pumping blood to the two lungs through what? Through pulmonary artery. Through pulmonary artery to reach the two lungs. We said before that pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood. Deoxygenated blood means blood carries carbon dioxide gas. So we need to transport this deoxygenated blood to the lungs to get rid of carbon dioxide gas through pulmonary artery. In the left atrium, blood comes to the left atrium through pulmonary veins. This is the orange one. Blood comes to the left atrium through pulmonary veins, and then the left atrium pumps or contracts to pass blood from the left atrium to the left ventricle. Left atrium contracts, so blood flows to the left ventricle. And then left ventricle contracts to pass blood through aorta to all the body parts. Here, aorta. The left ventricle contracts, pumping blood to all body parts through aorta. This is aorta. Okay? Again, we have the first step, right atrium, receive blood from superior vena cava and inferior vena cava, then contract to pass blood to the right ventricle. And the right ventricle contract to pumps blood to the pulmonary artery to reach the two lungs. I need to get rid of carbon dioxide gas, so we pumps blood to the pulmonary artery to reach the two lungs. Okay? Left atrium receives blood from the pulmonary veins and then contract to pass blood to the left ventricle, and then the left ventricle contracts to pumps blood to the aorta to reach all the body parts. Aorta carry oxygenated blood, so I need oxygen to reach to the all body parts. We have here notes. When the right atrium receives blood from vena cava, The left atrium receive blood from pulmonary veins at the same times. At the same time, we have here right atrium and left atrium. Both of them receives blood at the same time. يعني هنا right atrium receive blood from superior vena cava, وهنا left atrium receive blood from pulmonary vein at the same time. And here we have right ventricle and left ventricle. Right ventricle pumps blood to the lungs. Left ventricle pumps blood to all body parts at the same time. They contract at the same time. Right ventricle contract to the lungs. Left ventricle contract to the all body parts at the same time. Pumping blood in your arteries called heartbeats. Pumping of blood in your arteries is called heartbeats. The blood circulation. We have here left ventricle, left atrium, right atrium, right ventricle. We hear blood cells and two lungs. Left ventricle carry oxygenated blood. Left ventricle carry oxygenated pumps blood through aorta. To reach to all body cells. All body cells turns the blood into deoxygenated. So it will reach the right atrium through the vena cava. Deoxygenated blood reaches from the all body cells to the right atrium through vena cava. Right atrium pumps or contracts to pass blood to the right ventricle, which pump blood through pulmonary artery. Here the right ventricle carry deoxygenated blood. I needed to reach the two lungs through pulmonary artery. And then the two lungs turns the deoxygenated blood into oxygenated blood, carry oxygen gas, which is reach the left atrium through pulmonary veins. The oxygenated blood reaches the left atrium through pulmonary veins, and then the left atrium contract to pass blood to the left ventricle and so on. This is the blood circulation. Your heart beats push the blood in your arteries, so you feel pulse in your wrists. This is the pulses in your wrist. This is the heart beats. The number of heartbeats at rest is about 70 beats per minute. We have in each minute 70 beats. During exercising, the rate of your heartbeats increase. When we do exercise, then the rate of heartbeats increases to supply the body cells with oxygen and digested food that are needed to produce more energy. How to maintain the circulatory system healthy? Do or practice exercising or practice sports to strengthen the heart muscle and activate the blood circulation. Eat healthy and balanced food. This means low in fats and salt. Eat more fresh and clean vegetables and fruits. Drink suitable amounts of clean water. Avoid exposure to infections and accidents. احنا نتجنب يعني ان احنا المكان فيه diseases او حوادث او كده، نتجنب ان احنا يحصل لنا كده يعني. Avoid smoking and smokers as it harms the heart. Smoking harms the heart and weakens the blood circulation. بيتأثر على الهارت بتاعنا وبيضعف blood circulation. Thank you.